Good day, Hampton Roads. Good day, good view audience. Today, we're going to talk about a very, very important topic. We're going to talk about financial stewardship. We're going to talk about money made simple, what it is, how it works, and how to use it wisely. We're going to educate you. It's going to be fun, relatable, and it is going to be something that children and adults can understand. So let's get to it. Hi, kids. Welcome to Money Made Simple, the podcast and video where we talk about money in a way that's fun. I'm Howard Martell, U.S. Navy service disabled, small disadvantaged business owner, coach, mentor, and man of God. And today we're going to learn all what money is, how it works, how we can use it wisely in our lives. So let's get to it. Did you know that the Bible has lots to say about money? Yep, it teaches us how to handle it responsibly and reminds us that while money is important, it's not the important thing in life. So grab a snack, get comfy, and let's dive into the world of money. Let's start with the basics. What is money? Money is what we use to buy things we need or want, like food, toys, clothes, or even tickets to a movie. It comes in different forms like paper, bills, coins, even digital money that can use on apps or cards. But where did money come from? A long time ago, people didn't use money. They traded things. We call that bartering. If you had chickens and your neighbors had apples, you could trade a chicken for some apples. This was called bartering. Eventually, people realized it was hard to trade things like chickens and apples all the time. So they invented money to make trading easier. Now, instead of caring about chickens, we use coins and bills or even credit cards. Now, here's a fun fact. Did you know the Bible talks about money being used as far back as the Old Testament? In Genesis 23:16, Abraham paid 400 shekels of silver to buy the land. That's one of the earliest mentions of money in history. Now, remember, in episode number 3, I talk about how I've started investing in precious metals myself. If it's good in the Bible, it must be good for Howard. In our second segment, how does money work? So, how does money actually work? Well, money is like a tool. It helps us exchange value. And when your parents go to the store and buy groceries, they're giving money in exchange for food. The people who run the store then use that money to buy more supplies or to pay their workers. This cycle is what keeps our economy moving. But here's something important. Money isn't unlimited. That's why we need to use it wisely and make good choices. The Bible gives us great advice about money. In Proverbs 21:5, it says, "The plans of the diligent lead to profit as surely as haste leads to poverty." This means we should be thoughtful and careful in how we spend and save money. Example, let's say you get $10 for your birthday. You can spend it all on candy right away. But what if you save $5 and you spend $5? Saving some of your money means you'll have something left for something bigger later, like a toy you've been wanting. In our next segment, how to use money wisely. Now, let's talk about being a good steward of money. Stewardship means taking care of something that has been given to you. Here are 3 simple ways to be a wise steward of money. Number 1, giving, or what we call tithing. The Bible teaches us to be generous. Proverbs 22:9 says, "The generous will themselves be blessed." When you give money to a church, a charity, or someone in need, you're helping others and honoring God. Because, see, they take that stewardship and it pays for things like missions. It pays for things to expand God's kingdom, because the money is not owed by us. God stewards us to be over that specific piece of whether it's dollars, shekels, or whatever. The fact of it is that there is there to be, you're the overseer of it. But God is the ultimate father. He's the one who gives you those blessings. So remember, don't take that for granted. Number 2, save. It's also important to save money for the future. Remember Joseph in the Bible? He saved food during the 7 good years so there would be enough for 7 years of famine. Genesis 41. Saving money works the same. It helps us prepare for emergencies or big plans. If you teach your kids the concept of money and how it is working at a young age, they will be better adults. When they're in college, they'll be better financially. They'll understand that there's only so much money to go around, and am if I am exhausting each month my money, I need to see in my budget, in my itemized areas, where am I spending more money than others? And there's so many tools out there. I've talked about this in my podcast at Virginia Beach News and Events. We'll talk about that, and I'll show you some of the topics I've been talking about. 3, spend wisely. It's okay to spend money, but we should spend it on things we really need or things that bring us joy without wasting it. For example, buying a good book is a better choice than spending all your money on something you'll use only once. See, I learned that lesson as a child because when I started working at my first job, which was the grocery store, I loved collecting baseball cards. And at the time, baseball cards were pretty affordable, but they can get pretty pricey. But it was the exhilaration of, hey, I'm going to get this favorite star and it's going to be worth this money. And you look back at it and it's kind of like materialistic, but you're a kid, your brain is not fully developed, so you don't understand the concept as you get into adulthood. Now, segment 4, fun proven examples. Here are some fun examples of how kids like you can start being wise with money. The reason I'm doing this video and this podcast is I believe we have a huge issue when it comes to understanding the concept of money. There's so many books on it, but there's the public school system, and even you parents don't understand it because you weren't taught it as a kid, unless you went to these elitist or private academies and stuff that taught you these things that the super rich and the elitists do. You could do it on a small scale yourself so you can help prepare your kids for the right financial success. Number 1, the lemonade stand. How many of you had lemonade stands? If you set up a lemonade stand, you can learn how to earn money. After you make money, think about how to use it. Save some, give some, spend some. See, as a kid, you were able to make a certain amount of money because of the fact that you're not taxed as an adult until you get, I think, like the legal, not the legal age, but a certain age. Because when I was working at the grocery store, I realized, like, wow, I'm making this, but I get taxed this from the state and then federal government. Wow, man, it's not fair, is it? So understand how money works and how to, what Howard's been doing, of course, is being an entrepreneur, has also lowered his taxable income. And what I see is the fact that so many people are always complaining, the government's always taxing me. Well, guess what? Start a home-based business. If you have a spiritual gift of discernment when it comes to financial stewardship, that's what God has given me, and wisdom when it comes to and placing people in my lives that show me the value of money. See, I don't go chase dollars like some people do, because the dollars will eventually catch up to you, right? What I mean is that you're working yourself to death. You're never home. You're not taking care of your family. It can lead to divorce and worse, death, because you're stressed so much about earning more money. See, why do you think there's so many rich people that are unhappy? Think about that. Just think about that, and then talk about this with your family and stuff. That there's a reason why you in America now, you need to have multiple streams of income. And Howard's been doing it for 30 plus years and helping people along that journey. And I look at it, it's my way of serving you after serving 20 years, 10 days in the U.S. Navy and traveling across the world and seeing poverty, real poverty. The poverty we have here is real, but not to a third level. Go to Romania. Go to some of these countries I've been to. You'll see poverty, trust me. And you appreciate what you come back to. The saving jar. Use 3 jars labeled give, save, and spend. Whenever you get money, divide it among the jars. It's a great way to practice stewardship. 3, the budget game. Make a pretend budget for your favorite activities. Let's say you have $20 for a day at the fair. Plan how much you're going to spend on rides, snacks, and games. If you don't spend it all, you'll have extra to save. So in this segment, we covered, let's wrap it up. Money is a tool that helps us make care of ourselves and others. The Bible teaches us to be wise with money by giving, saving, and spending carefully. Remember, money is important, but it's not the important thing. What matters most is how we use it to help others, honor God, and make smart choices for our future. Thanks for joining me today on Money Made Simple. If you like this episode, share it with your friends and family and start practicing the good habits together. Until next time, remember, every dollar counts, so make it work for you. Okay, so let's go to the next segment. This is Money Made Simple, teaching money management for all ages. Again, I'm not going to tell you, you know who the host is. Did you know that money has been around for thousands of years? Even the Bible talks about it, teaching us how to manage it responsibly. While money is important, it's not the most important thing in life. It's a simple tool to help us take care of ourselves, help others, and achieve our goals. So grab a comfy seat and let's dive into the fascinating world of money. What is money? Coins, bills, credit cards, bartering. Let's start with the basics. Money is what we use to buy things we need, like groceries, toys. They come in many things. Now, what you're going to see is the fact that there is the ability for you as the parent to teach your kids about money management, right? So when you come up with a situation where the child asks you about, hey, mom and dad, I need $10. Okay, well, okay, Sue. For those $10, mom and dad need you to do these tasks. Now, these tasks will require you to make your bed, vacuum your room, clean your bathroom. And then on top of that, this week, you will have to take the trash out as needed. And then finally, you're going to help your mom cook dinner. See, so you're teaching your kids at an early age responsibility, and that as an adult, you're going to have to be responsible for cleaning and taking care of your own house. And this is crucial, so crucial starting at a young age, because I've seen it where you have kids that are incredible. A lot of them come from a military background because military parents don't mess around. They don't have time for it. They want to make sure their kids don't get them in trouble, and vice versa. So what I see is that there's a disconnect when it comes to being a parent, being financially responsible, and then holding your child accountable. I don't have kids, but I have nieces and nephews. So I try to be an example of being financially astute about what's going on in the world and educating them about it. And that's why I started investing myself in precious metals, gold and silver, precious metals. I invest every single month. I take a small portion of what I've been stewarded over, which has been a blessing, being retired military and being disabled veteran. So if you're a disabled veteran, understand, fight for your benefits. Those benefits are there for you and your family. Incredible benefits. I can go into a tangent of how many benefits are out there, but also educate yourself. There's videos out there, and I'll show you some examples since we're only 13 minutes into this 20 to 25 minute segment. And that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to show you some incredible people that I follow on YouTube. So just bear with me. And as I said before, it's important that you teach your kids at a young age how money works. You don't want them to get into the credit card debt that so many people are just sucked into. Also, encourage them to be visionaries. Encourage them about entrepreneurship. If they want to start a lemonade stand, encourage them. Tell them, okay, I'm going to help you fund this, but you're going to have to, you'll be the bank of mom and dad. So what you're going to do is you're going to say, okay, I want you to come up with what it's going to cost to run your stand. Mom and dad will help you, but we will also ask for you to pay us back gradually based on how many lemonade that you said. Just say per $1 lemonade, mom and dad are going to get 10 cents to pay us back. And then that money doesn't actually go back to mom and dad. It goes into your savings account or into your money market or into a precious metals IRA or whatever. See, if you start your kids off at a really young age, they're going to be set. They could have their first house paid for, and you could still save for retirement. See, another thing, mom and dad, you need to start saving for retirement at a young age. And this is something that will help alleviate the burden just in case you get sick where you can't retire at a certain age and that you have to retire early. And that's another thing that has been happening to a lot of people where you can't predict sickness. You can't predict if you're going to get cancer or vice versa. So just bear with me. I will show you some of the people that I deal with. I just have to pull it up. So just bear with me. And as I said before, it's been a pleasure, and I hope if you have suggestions, you know how to reach out to me, facebook.com/Howard Martell. My podcasts are up there. And what I love about who I follow, right? One guy, for example, and we will show you him. His name's Gregory Manarino. I follow Greg. I love Greg's stuff. So what we're going to do is going to come over here, share screen. I'm going to give you a little sneak peek of Mr. Gregory Manarino. So let's go here to this. This is Greg. So just bear with me.
You're not a child, you're a man. So stop wearing so many layers to go outside and get the bearskin.
Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Manarino, Thursday, December 12th, 2024 post-market wrap-up, and we really do have to talk. Let me just start off with this, people. Be very careful about what you wish for. And I want you to take that away from this video here, because I see something absolutely terrible evolving on the horizon here. Let me just bring all of you up to speed as to how I have said this is eventually going to play out. Are you ready? If you're new here, here we go. We now exist under the greatest threat that has ever been seen in human history, and that is this debt bubble, which is being inflated at a staggering pace. This is the goal of central banks, to own it all. It cannot be stopped. Okay. Eventually, this bubble, and it's beyond a bubble, is going to burst. When the debt bubble bursts, cash is going to move from one place into another. And what I have said to all of you since beginning is we're going to see this debt market meltdown, which is going to put enormous pressure on the stock markets of the world. Okay. Now, as we all know, maybe you don't, if you're new here, cash does not fly away to money heaven. Okay. It just moves from one place into another. I have said, and I'm on record for this for probably 10 years, saying it's going to go into commodities and it's going to go into cryptocurrencies as well. All right. I have also said for years that we have to take action. We can't just sit back and suck our thumb off in some corner. You understand? The mechanism here is a wipeout. It's an extinction level event. And there's going to be a lot less people on this planet than there is now when this meltdown in the debt market occurs. Nothing has changed. We are still going to face, we're already in a liquidity crisis, all right? Meaning cash is drying up. Why do you think we're being bridged into a new system? Really wake up, people, for those of you that can't see it. I've been telling you this for a very long time. There was a new system. They already have it. Okay. I didn't want to go into the details of it because I've discussed it to the point of nauseum. You understand? Now, the current system, as you all know, if you've been with me, this is being systematically and methodically taken apart, piece by piece. Who's paying for it? You are. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about in just a moment, literally. Okay. Now, if we all understand that the events going on, nothing that has happened or is about to happen. This is no comedy of errors. This isn't just by chance or fate. Everything is deliberate. Everything is deliberate. If you don't believe that, then I think you're in the wrong spot. You probably want to click out of this video and go watch unicorns and rainbows. I'm bringing you up to speed to reality, okay? The reality of the situation is the wheels that are in motion have been in motion for quite a long time. We are living in the side effect of what has been planned out decades ago. This whole thing is ancient, the system that we have here, okay? And the ones that control it now are the same families, okay? You guys and girls, you think I'm just, I should put on a tinfoil hat. Maybe you should start to look into this a little deeper, okay? Again, nothing is left to chance. Now, let me get my head on before we move on with this data here. So we did get some pressure on the stock market today after hitting record, no less than 53, 54 record highs so far this year. For the S&P 500, the NASDAQ here, a record high yesterday. We got a little drop. I can't even remember, can you? The last time we've had an actual correction in this market, we don't get them anymore. It just is up and up and up and up and up. And it's rising in tandem with the debt. I showed you a chart of this, one over the other, just a few days ago. It's quite an eye-opener to realize that the higher they inflate the debt, the worse off the currency is going to be, and the higher the stock market is going to go. You understand? Now, I'm going to show you something else that you all expected to see. I know you don't like it, but this is the way it's going to be. You have to understand the mechanism here. We are being pushed into being the crypto capital of the world, and it's happening extremely.
All right. So I just wanted to show you that. That's one of my resources that I do. So let's stop sharing. So I follow Greg Marino. He has incredible knowledge about how financial stewardship's up. Another person, let's look up the other person that I look for. So hold on a second. Let's get out of here. Another person that I follow is let's go here to this. All right, so let's go here to this. I'm going to share this out as we get closer. This is another gentleman that I follow that has been doing this a long time. His name's Richard Duncan. This is crucial. This is how the Fed creates money. This is very interesting.
His ability to create limitless amounts of money makes it the world's most powerful economic institution. Since 2008, the Fed has exerted its power on a nearly inconceivable scale. Between the end of 2008 and mid-2022, the Fed created $8 trillion, increasing the size of its total assets by 9 times in just 14 years. In this way, the Fed prevented economic collapse twice, first following the crisis of 2008 and again during the COVID pandemic. This is also the principal reason why wealth in the United States has skyrocketed since 2008, from $61 trillion then to $164 trillion now. When the Fed creates money, it loosens monetary conditions, and that tends to stimulate economic growth and drive asset prices higher. When the Fed destroys money, it tightens monetary conditions, and that tends to slow economic growth and depress asset prices. The Fed's power to create and destroy money gives it unmatched influence over how quickly the economy grows, as well as over the direction of asset prices. Therefore, anyone who wants to understand how the economy works at the macro level, or to understand the forces driving the financial markets, must begin by learning how the Fed creates and destroys money. This video The 8th in the Creditism 101 series will explain that process. It will do that by showing viewers how to read and interpret the Fed's weekly H41 report, which is also called.
So I just wanted to share that out there. So hold on a second. Let me exit out of that. I just wanted to share just who I follow. These are people that I trust that have been doing this for a lot longer than I have. And I want to be prepared financially and also astutely to understand how money works. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you is this. So just bear with me. Let's go to. All righty. Let's cancel that. So just bear with me. Let's go to video files. I want to show you something I did. It's pretty cool. With that being said, this has been Howard Martell, known as the Home Profit Coach, Inc., here at Good View Television Network. It's a pleasure serving you, and I'm looking forward. If you want more information about my business, there you go right there. There's the link. Our 2 hero products. I've been on the PFP Challenge, transforming my life. Thank you, and I'm looking forward to the next episode. And please, if you have suggestions of what you want to do, or if you want to be interviewed, reach out to me. Facebook.com/Howard Martell. I'd love, or if you'd like to be part of our sponsorship, reach out to me or reach out to Kat Weir. I'll be reaching out to her to see if anybody's interested in advertising on my channel. Take care. Bye.